everybody, and welcome to another Chronicle Chamber video review. This time we are reviewing this little sucker. Beautiful book from Dolmen Publishing, which we have talked about on the podcast, but also the website. So for information on how to buy this, information all about it, check on there. We'll have a link in there as well, which will save me rattling on about it here. Now, this is very, very similar to Hermes, but doing Barry instead of Hermes, who started from Raymore, going up to Wilson McCoy, etc., etc. So I've got that there, and I've also got this up here, which is a Wilson McCoy daily, which I'll talk about in a second. But let's focus on this front cover. It's size of the book, smaller than a Hermes, slightly. Front cover is probably a little bit simple with like this image here. I like this image, but it's probably not as detailed or colour. Doesn't have the dust jacket like Hermes, but it's a very good quality book. It's got the different feels of the print quality as well, which is kind of nice. So let's just flick through it. So you've got all the details in here, which I'll let you look at. A very, very detailed article, which is in Spanish, but you know, this is by Rafael Marin, who's actually the editor, I believe, of this, and also of all the other ones. So, you know, detailed article. That's 6 pages of information going all the way from original to Barry stuff. Love to be able to get a translation of that. We'll see what we can do. Alright, so we're starting here. We've got Slave Market of Mucar, the Epidemic. Could not tell you what those two are in English, but we'll flick through them. So it's going from basically 1961 to 63, so give or take about 20 months altogether. So now we've got here, so what I'll do is I'll flick open a daily of the Hermes, just so we can have a bit of a squiz. Now, it is a little bit hard because this is Wilson McCoy, this is like 49, and then this is 60, so we're looking at 15 odd years, 10 to 15 years difference. So yeah, and then even if you look here, like that's been edited and stuff like that, but we're not doing Hermes, we're doing this book, so let's focus on this. It reads very good. Obviously it's got 3 panels to a page, unlike Hermes, but I don't mind this. It means you can read more per page, kind of like it. Print quality is top notch. You can't really do it justice with a video on an iPhone, but this is top quality. There does not seem to be much editing. You know, the information like these things here, and these here are usually the first things that get edited on reprints. If you go through and stuff like that, they're the things that usually get done. If you look here in English, that would say plague, plague. So they've used the same text, but they've done it in Spanish, so that's a little bit of care. Same as even in here as well. So you know, there's a lot of care in here. So the Spaniards and Raphael have done a brilliant job. The other story was the reef. Love that story. I hear that we might be getting a little bit more about that. So as you can see, it's 170 odd pages of actual story. So if you're a Spaniard, or even if you're it's a must read, even if you're a fan and you want something to look nice in your coffee table or in your collection, this definitely is one of those. I really like this, how you've got a bit of a bio on Lee Falk, Barry, on the white on black. It's just a little bit powerful. And then of course there's the other stuff as well. Now I am led to believe that volume 2 has already been released, or is about to be released of that. Now, the reason I have this little sucker over here is because this is the original size that Barry during all of these, did his stories on. So I got myself a tape measure. It works out to be about 22 odd inches long and a little bit less, which is about 7. Now, I have talked to several fans who actually do have Barry pages from this book who have confirmed the same size of that. I don't have any of those. I've only got those. I do have a Barry one from the late 80s, and as you can see, it is a lot different size. So yeah, so this is this book. Now, as I said before, I think this book is amazing. It is very, very nice. The print quality is top. The article is, is good. It's very similar as what you expect to see in Herms, where you've kind of, got a bit of an introduction, blah, 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 and stuff like that. Criticisms, maybe colour pages or a bit of colour, but again, that's going to add to the cost. I can't really fault much about this. The price, to get it to Australia, you're looking at about 50, 60 Australian delivered, which isn't really bad, which is it's cheaper than Herms, but again, it's in Spanish and the majority of Australians can't read that. But for 50, 60 bucks, it's a good book. If you've got the money, it's a great book to add to your collection. If you can read this, I think it is a must to get. Probably my main criticism would be the cover design, but in saying that, on the flip side, it does follow the look and feel of all of their other stuff that they have produced. They've done Phantom, Johnny Hazard, Flash Gordon, Prince Valiant, and stuff like that, and now the Phantom. I do love how you've got like these little images kind of scattered throughout the page or throughout the book. So you've got like that one. This, so there's care taken with this book. Overall, I'm very impressed with it. Just want to say thank you to Raphael, who helped us get this copy, and also given us a lot of information for the website as well. Yeah, I'm very impressed with this book, and so thank you. That is this, which keep an eye on YouTube, keep an eye on our website for our next YouTube reviews. Thank you, and happy phantoming.